I don't like my laptop camera. So the fact that I have to use it is frustrating, but that's okay. Today, we are talking about the new animated movie, Superman, Man of Tomorrow. So I wanted to talk about it, and because it actually is the refresh or reboot rather of the DC animated universe. I just wrapped up the one version of it with Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. I do have a review of that on my channel if you wanted to go check it out. But this is the refresh, the reboot, whatever you want to call it. And it started with Superman, the one that really set up DC, I guess, as a whole, starting with the Man of Steel. Let's go ahead and get into the things that I liked first. The first thing that I liked was the animation style. I don't think that a lot of people will be behind it in terms of the long game because it's not quite everybody's style. It doesn't quite appeal to everyone. It's very much reminiscent of like a Johnny Quest. I think I said that in my trailer review for this movie. It kind of just reminded me of that, just obviously a lot cleaner. There are a lot of bold lines, really good color contrast, and a lot of very awesome visuals, but the animation style I just feel like isn't for everyone. I liked it. I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. I had a lot of fun with it. It reminded me very much of the Justice League Frontier movie. Had that very similar style, kind of like a 50s to 60s animation, if you know what I'm talking about there. That's the best way I can kind of compare what this movie looked like. Something else is that I feel like this was a decent Superman story, but I don't feel like Superman was as taken care of, I guess is the best way to put it, as he could have been. Because they decided to use Martian Manhunter, as you saw there in the trailer, in not necessarily majority of the movie, but because he did make an appearance. I wish this would have been just a standalone Superman movie, not bringing any other DC characters, although I did like that they did have somewhat of a nod, more or less, to Batman, in terms of like, oh, he wears a cape, and they reference him in a couple of different points throughout the movie, but he's never really shown. So getting to that in the future, I am excited for whatever animated movie that they show in this style for Batman. I think that could bring a lot of interesting art, I guess, for a lot of the characters, not only Batman, Robin, Nightwing themselves, but also the rogues gallery that Batman has, because he has such a wide variety of different characters that he battles. So I think that seeing each one of those characters in this style could be really interesting. I think Flash would really appeal, same with Green Lantern in this style. Let's talk about the voice acting. The voice acting of this movie was actually surprisingly decent. We started with all new people that we haven't really heard from before. There was Darren Criss as Superman / Clark Kent, who was in, I think, Glee and maybe some of the American Horror Stories. I don't remember if that's, oh wait, he was in American Crime Story, I think, not American Horror Story. And it was Zachary Quinto as Lex Luthor. Both actually really did a good job. I didn't mind either one. They were probably even slightly better than the previous ones, in my opinion, because Rainn Wilson, when I realized that Rainn Wilson was Lex Luthor, it kind of takes you away from it because he's Dwight from The Office, so it's not nearly as much fun. Although it's fun hearing him, it's not as much fun because you associate him with Dwight from The Office. Zachary Quinto kind of just has that evil villain voice, as he did in, I think it was Heroes. He played, so where was I? The voice acting was really good. I felt like it was much better, for me at least, because I didn't have those associations or known associations with the prior franchises. I think what's going to be most interesting is seeing where the DCAU will go from here. Because I feel like because they wrapped it up with the Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, I just want to see them move on. I don't care if they're doing original stories. I don't care if they're doing comic-related adaptations, whatever it may be. Just make it good. Some of those adaptations have been getting worse and worse, so I can only hope that they can rebound in some way. I don't think changing the animation style is going to fix that, but I did feel like this movie suffered a little bit from the writing. It was a little bit slow. It's like an hour and a half, but it could have easily been an hour, and I probably would have been just fine. There were just some things that not necessarily felt like they were unnecessary, but sometimes it just dragged a little bit too long for me, and I feel like that's not a good look, especially if that's going to be the first movie that you're starting with for a reboot. to get everybody to come in and be a big draw. So that's definitely not a good look for DC. But yeah, I think that's really all I really wanted to say about it. I know it's not overly exciting, but I was kind of hoping for more from a reboot. It didn't really give me all the things that I wanted. It gave me a good animation, a somewhat decent Superman story that did have good aspects, like when his mom gives him his suit, and like he kind of has like that flyboy glasses and helmet early on when he doesn't have the suit yet. I think that we should have spent more time of him developing a Superman versus all of a sudden there's this character, which is, by the way, Parasite, that was kind of a weak character to start with. Although, I guess in a way, it was good because it didn't give Superman like a crazy overpower like Brainiac or Bizarro Superman, Robo Superman, or even Lex Luthor to fight right out of the gate. They kind of had to team up a little bit, which was good to see. Always good when Lex and Superman kind of have to come to that mutual agreement as opposed to just going head to head. So it's kind of nice to see that and that not go take a head right away, although they did build it up to be something in the future. So that could definitely be interesting. But again, I'm not going to put all my eggs in this basket. When Superman gets to be a part of something bigger or fight somebody bigger, I think it will be a lot more of an interesting story. They tossed in Lobo, which was nice, but for the rest of it, it was kind of just pointless. Adding Martian Manhunter was just way too much. Didn't like it. So my final thoughts on it is really, and I guess the question you're probably going to ask yourself if you're a fan of DC, comic books, animation, movies in general, is should I buy this movie? My answer to that is no. I would definitely wait for it. If you can get it at a cheaper price, that's great. But I think it's like $19.99 right now, or it might be because it's early access, like $24. No, wait, that's Bill and Ted, which I still haven't seen. I think it's $19.99 if I remember correctly on Vudu and iTunes, or whatever it's called, Apple TV, whatever they're calling it these days. But I would say save your money. And this is kind of my own sort of shameless plug. I'm doing a giveaway to a website that when I hit 300 subscribers, that you can actually purchase online movies. If you give it like 2 weeks, which is hopefully by the time I'm going to reach my 300 subscriber, I want to get there by the end of the year, but I need your guys' help with that. So make sure you share and subscribe and tell everybody you know to subscribe. I'm doing a giveaway to this website where you can purchase digital movies for a lot cheaper than what you would find on iTunes and Vudu. They will probably have this up when it comes out on physical release, which I would guess is about 2 weeks, is usually the time frame between digital to physical media. So if you give it about 2 weeks, this movie is probably going to be on there at about, my guess, starting at $11.99 to maybe $14.99, which is obviously about $5 to $10 cheaper than you would find right now on Vudu. And if you can wait, which you don't need to rush out and buy and watch this movie, unless you're running a channel like this, or if you want to have that particular conversation because there is a lack of movies out there or topics to talk about that's not pandemic related or something negative. If you want to actually have fun and nerd out, I say buy it, just watch it. It's still good for what it is. But for the most part, just wait, check it out later. It might be on the DC Universe app in like, or probably HBO Max even, like couple of months maybe, but check it out now. I would just wait. Just wait till I get my 300 subscribers, then you'll be entered into a giveaway, and then that way you can possibly get a gift card to this website and all that good stuff. So since I'm going to be editing this video later and taking this out separately probably, I'll put it up in the corner, or if I do whatever later, that way you'll be able to go to the giveaway and check all that stuff out. So yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I mean, there's not much to touch upon. But most importantly, don't forget to hit the like button if you did like this video. I would greatly appreciate that. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos from me. Also, I do have a new cinematic relate every single Thursday. If you guys want to come check that out. New videos weekly, ranging from a variety of topics. Also, I do go live every Sunday at 7 p.m. despite today being 8 p.m. Hopefully that doesn't happen too often, but it may happen every once in a blue moon. But other than that, that's really all I have for now. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys follow me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all Aaron Waller YT. We'll flash the subscribe button just because it's fun. Yeah, that's really all I have for now. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you in the next one.